All right, let's get right into it. If you're an executive, a founder, or a leader looking to seriously scale your impact, well, you're exactly where you need to be. Welcome to this high-level strategy explainer. Today, we're going way beyond the standard spreadsheets and operational metrics. We're actually redefining wealth creation by breaking down the hidden, fundamental mechanics of human behavior. Because honestly, at the end of the day, understanding people, that is literally the easiest and most effective way to build scalable revenue.
So let me ask you this. Are you chasing money or are you capturing attention? Most people, and frankly a lot of businesses, spend years just running on that treadmill, chasing the dollar. They focus entirely on the transaction. But the source material we're unpacking today reveals a pretty stark truth. Human behavior is what actually creates wealth. Money, it's simply a byproduct of capturing human attention. If you're only optimizing for the dollar, you're totally missing the psychological currents that actually direct where that dollar flows.
Here's our roadmap for today. 1. Attention is the real currency. 2. Scaling brand with social proof. 3. Solving deep emotional pain. 4. Building systems for leverage. And finally, 5. Consistency drives passive revenue.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1. Attention is the real currency.
In today's world, money flows toward attention. It's a massive statement, right? Human attention is arguably the absolute most valuable resource on Earth right now. Every single ad, every viral piece of content, every new product launched, they're all locked in this fierce cage match battle for it. Why? Because attention creates influence, and influence creates money. Think about it. The world's highest paid creators aren't necessarily the ones with the highest IQs. They're just the ones who best understand how to trigger human curiosity, fear, and desire. People engage with what makes them feel something.
To see this playing out at scale, just look at the biggest global players. We're talking social media apps, luxury brands, fast food chains, and streaming platforms. They aren't just selling products. No, they're systematically weaponizing these psychological triggers to secure your absolute focus. They master convenience because, let's face it, humans naturally take the path of least resistance, and they master emotional resonance. By really nailing these triggers, they secure massive influence, which inevitably snowballs into billions in revenue.
Moving right along to Section 2, Scaling Brand with Social Proof. Humans copy humans. It's a super simple but incredibly powerful psychological truth. We are literally wired for herd behavior. The very second people see others adopting a behavior, buying a product, or trusting a brand, their own trust in that brand spikes automatically. The brain essentially takes a shortcut and says, hey, if all these people like this, it must be valuable. This is exactly why the whole influencer marketing industry is such a massive behemoth right now.
Okay, so how do we actually operationalize this? Here are the concrete steps for your brand. Step 1, identify the popular behavior you want to encourage. Step 2, visually and aggressively showcase the mass adoption of that behavior. Show the crowds, highlight the glowing reviews, blast those user numbers everywhere. Step 3, trigger herd trust. By giving the brain that psychological shortcut, you remove all that friction and accelerate your brand's growth exponentially. You're not forcing a sale here, you're just letting human nature do the heavy lifting for you.
And you know what? You can amplify that social proof big time using scarcity. Loss aversion is this psychological principle where the human brain actually fears missing out on an opportunity way more than it fears losing money. So when you combine that social proof with limited availability, the classic only 3 seats left or sale ending tonight, you create serious scarcity. Scarcity breeds urgency, and urgency practically forces action. It creates this almost involuntary need for the consumer to jump in before the herd leaves them behind.
That brings us to Section 3, Solving Deep Emotional Pain.
And this brilliantly illustrates a key point. Consider the absolute most lucrative industries in the world. They aren't just selling physical items, right? They are selling solutions to deep human pain points. The fitness industry is essentially just monetizing the solution to insecurity. Luxury brands, they're solving the burning desire for status. Entertainment solves boredom. Relationship and dating apps solve loneliness. At the core of it, people do not just pay for products, they pay for feelings.
The big takeaway here is absolutely vital for your strategy. The bigger the emotional problem you solve, the more valuable you become in the marketplace. Wealthy businesses understand this on a molecular level. They focus their branding entirely on the feelings of status, identity, and confidence that their product unlocks. Honestly, if your current marketing is only talking about product features and totally ignoring that emotional transformation, you are leaving massive amounts of revenue on the table.
All right, let's pivot to section 4, building systems for leverage.
So here is where the operational shift really happens. We have to understand leverage. Leverage is utilizing scalable systems instead of your own physical sweat and effort to create exponential, decoupled returns. Most people, even highly paid professionals, work solely with physical effort. Their income is just linearly tied to the hours they clock in. But true wealth, that's created by decoupling your time from your earning potential. Let's really contrast these two mindsets for a second. Poor thinkers rely on physical effort. They fall into emotional spending for some temporary pleasure or just to impress other people, and they demand instant results. Wealthy thinkers, on the flip side, rely entirely on scalable systems. They prioritize asset ownership way over outward appearances. They buy assets before luxury because to them, actual freedom matters so much more than just looking successful. They are playing the long game.
So what exactly are your tools of leverage? We're looking at content, businesses, investments, technology, and digital products. The internet has literally created unprecedented opportunities here. One single video, one killer piece of content, or one digital product can be monetized thousands of times without you ever having to lift a finger to do the work again. As leaders, your primary mandate is to build these specific systems so you can completely decouple your personal time from your company's revenue generation.
Because the ultimate goal of leverage really comes down to this. One solid business system can work while you are sleeping. You're basically building a single piece of value. Maybe it's a piece of software, a media library, an automated sales funnel, and it operates 24/7. Wealthy people focus relentlessly on building these scalable systems instead of just trying to grind harder and harder every single day.
Which leads us perfectly into our final section, section 5, consistency drives passive revenue.
You know, most people expect fast money and instant results. And when they don't get them on day 2, they quit. But psychology strongly rewards repetition. On day 1, you're just uploading and building constantly. Months later, you might still be working quietly, but crucially, you are building familiarity. Years later, the consumer's brain explicitly trusts that consistent repetition. The more consistently people see you, the more influence you build. And today, well, to the outside world, it looks like sudden success and effortless passive income, but you and I know it's actually the result of quiet, consistent, repetitive action over time.
The reality is, many people stay financially stagnant simply because of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, or honestly, just the fear of starting. That fear keeps people completely inactive. And let me tell you, inactivity totally kills opportunity. Remember, every successful person was once a beginner, confused and completely unknown. But action creates momentum, and momentum creates growth. As a leader, you absolutely must push through that initial friction, because momentum is the only way you're going to capitalize on these opportunities.
And I've got to deliver a bit of a hard truth here. Information alone does not create wealth. Execution does. Knowing all about these psychological triggers, knowing the ins and outs of social proof, leverage, and emotional pain points, it is completely useless without the disciplined execution to actually build the systems. Opportunity means absolutely nothing without the discipline to back it up.
To summarize the core thesis of this entire strategy session, money always follows value. It isn't about fairness, it's just about the reality that human psychology strictly rewards those who provide the most usefulness, the best education, and the deepest emotional solutions. The more useful you become to your market, the more that money is going to flow in your direction.
So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. Your market is out there right now, desperately wanting value and solutions to their emotional pain. The psychology has proven the leverage tools are sitting right in front of you. So how will your systems deliver that value today? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Take these insights, execute with serious discipline, and start building your systems.